And welcome back. Deku tree. Don't be killing the game now.
I can kill the game if I want to.
And inside the Deku tree sprout.
Yeah, inside the Deku tree, and then just, like, little crappy, like, handwriting comes in on the side. Sprout.
Obviously, that's a sprite, and I couldn't really change it that easily.
I'm wanting to see what this text actually is now, because I know it's not the, look, a wall. So it's not as funny. I prefer the...
Yeah. People, like, bitched about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the purist or something, but they just bitched and bitched about that. Like, it's not funny. I'm
so
like,
this
I thought
fan
it was
is
pretty
completely
damn funny.
freaking useless, but this was my idea. I'm like, well, let's think of something weird to put here. Oh, a fan.
Before this, it was a rolling spike log. It was hell to get by. So, you know what? Fan.
So, one thing that people will notice playing through this game is that the Deku tree is ridiculously hard, and other dungeons are not that bad.
Yeah.
Because this one we wanted to, like, add a bunch of crap to it just to make it interesting, and then we realized that this was going to take freaking forever for all the other dungeons. So
this was the moment where you realize that you're going...
Don't lose the map.
You're playing Master Quest, which is basically an intern hack anyway. Of
Master
Ocarina
Quest
of
is
Time.
so freaking bad.
It's really
like,
kind of awful. In the way of puzzles and the way it's laid out. Obviously, you can't really change the layout of the dungeon that easily.
It's like they did what they could, but the people who made Master Quest just did not have good game design skills at all.
Not saying we do. But
yeah, but like the dungeons were just really badly laid out in a lot of cases.
To the fact that they made them easier.
Yeah, some of them are like significantly easier than the original versions, and there's ones that just make no sense.
Yeah.
And so, because boot hacking basically requires you to use the Master Quest ROM, that's like the base layout for all these dungeons, and some of them are basically unchanged from Master Quest,
to use the ROM
but some of them have certain additions, like this one does.
Yeah, basically at this point, I realized that you could change the dungeons around, but I wanted to improve Master Quest in the sense that I didn't want to make it stupid like they did, so I tried to make it, we just sat down one day and just
went through the list of enemies and just came up with weird text for all of them. I rather enjoyed that.
I do enjoy the enemies. Don't let this lay around too long. This puzzle sucks, by the way. We are terrible people for making people do this puzzle.
This was also my doing. Most of the crap from the Deku tree was me.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, I bet we can make this interesting and bullshit hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I pretty much, after Deku tree...
We really laid off on the puzzles.
I gave up on the puzzles because it was just too difficult for what I could do. It took way too much time.
So here's this puzzle.
And I wanted to get the story in because this is literally thousands of lines of text that I have to do all on my own. So there's going to be typos. Unfortunately. I attempted my best, though.
Oh, whatever.
Just go. There is no timing. There is no time. There is no time. There is no time. Okay.
Probably not going to make it.
This puzzle sucks. It's not even a puzzle, it's just like literally... Oh, you did good. Okay. Don't let it fall off. That puzzle does give people a lot of trouble. The timing is
I thought it's creative, but it was way too hard, and for the first freaking dungeon of the game.
Yeah.
The second room of the first dungeon of the game.
It was pretty bad.
And it's like the hardest part of the whole game.
I'm gonna apologize in public for that. But again, you can skip that text if you want, but it is sometimes funny. But yeah, after this dungeon, not much has changed. Little things here and there. I basically fixed what Master Quest got wrong, in the sense of I made the dungeons back to their original hardness from Master Quest, if that makes any sense at all.
Here's another thing that I actually want to draw attention to. Gold Skulltulas have been changed in some places, but not all.
Yeah.
And it is very unlikely that there is actually 100 of them in the game.
I have no idea. I was actually going to go through and
I
take
would have
pictures.
been fine with actually helping with all the sculptural placements, because that's always one of the things I do when I play through the game, is I always get all of them. But it just, there wasn't time for it,
There's no
basically.
time. This was, what, 4 or 5 months of work?
Something like that.
Yeah. So
It was finished May 1st, 2013.
yeah,
So it's been
I
a little
released
over
it
a
May
year.
1st. So it's
Random cow.
because, like I said, I wanted to go into this with making a new story, not a new like hardness level. The stuff around the story is literally just icing on the cake for me. If I could change a puzzle and I could do it fast, then I would do it. Otherwise, I would concentrate literally on the storyline and how you get to point A from point to point B. They look like little Pac-Men, don't
The
they?
Deku stick text should have totally been OMG surprise stick.
What? Okay.
From Retsupra.
Also, the cows. The reason the
There's
cows are...
no reason
There's
for
no
these
reason.
cows.
There's
I'm like, we should just put cows behind the fence.
There is no reason for the cows, but the reason that they're there is because they're there in Jabu's belly, and I figured I might as well start the trend now. Someone had a really great theory on it. The Kokiri put the cows down here to sacrifice to the Great Deku Tree, and I like that theory.
Yeah. I think this is just rupees, but
I think
they
so,
grab it
yeah.
anyway.
I hate Deku so much.
They're slightly annoying.
So yeah, like I said, basically the entire text of the game, one person was me working on it, and it was absolute hell to ensure that everything was lined up. I had so many problems
Is
with
this the
text.
room from hell?
This is the room from hell.
This one was also my doing.
Pretty much, the Deku Tree is Josh's problem. I wanted to make it less annoying and horrible, but he's like, no, you gotta do it horrible.
I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
You weren't. You're like, we should just totally change this dungeon around. I'm like, that's great.
No, I'm just
but...
like, let's just... We're just thinking of things to put in, and so we get to this room, and it's just like, okay, Shadow Temple...
Yeah,
Grim
Shadow Temple
Reaper
side, go. It makes no
Like,
sense
just
at all.
sticking out of the wall. I love it.
It's so derpy looking. But there's a safe spot in the room, which is good. I wasn't totally mean.
It was going to be in the middle of the room,
It was.
and then it was,
And I was like,
and then
no,
it was
you
so
can't do
bad that we
that.
had to move it.
I was like, no, you can't do that. So
Do we?
you have to light those
from the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something interesting that Master Quest actually showed me. I didn't realize that you could actually take flames from one room to another, and I don't know why I didn't think about it, but I don't think
Because there's
original
no reason
Oot-
to really think
Yeah,
about
I
that.
don't think original Oot actually has a puzzle like this. So
There's not.
It's kind of interesting that they showed this off. You missed.
I also never really got the idea that you were supposed to use the lit stick to knock over the bomb that's on the wall. In
I never
Goron
got that
City.
either. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. This room again sucks.
Is this one that bad?
Yeah, there's a Goma egg in the middle of the room that lands on you on the platform.
Oh yeah.
I suggest ducking. It'll go in the water if you don't kill it. Yeah, you need the box. So you have to take the box, shield drop it onto the platform.
This one isn't that bad though.
No,
Like,
it's a good puzzle, I think.
I
really
enjoyed
liked
this
it.
puzzle.
The puzzle was really good, I thought. That came out really well.
Because it's
I
not
don't
that
want to sound
hard.
like
It's
I don't
just.
want to sound all like snooty about
No,
anything.
you're okay. I mean,
I don't want to sound snooty.
and I think this one was kind of a combination of both of our ideas.
Because I wanted something more in this one, that's for sure. I thought it was a good puzzle, though.
Yeah.
Something that teases the brain. And I believe those sculptulas are already there in Master Quest. I don't remember if I added more.
I
Probably
think you
did because they're really glitchy. But they're lined up pretty well, so. I used a combination of Sayaka LG and Zelda Actor Replacement program. Those programs are all on my channel. You can look at those if you want. I have tutorials, assuming that you're a beginner in hacking. if you want to take a look at that. But again, like I said, the programs are not beginner friendly at all. You should be able to actually climb on the block. I don't remember. Oh, that works too. This is the time of block there was originally there in Master Quest. So.
Yeah, there's probably like a sculpture or some shit.
No, I think it's a rupee chest. It's like really retarded. That was fancy. Now, I believe in the original Master Quest there's an invisible bat in here, and I actually changed it to be visible from what I remember.
I think there's enough enemies?
There's a lot of enemies in this room. I didn't add any enemies to this room. This is original, I believe. But yeah, I think there was supposed to be an invisible bat. And I don't remember if he was invisible, and then I changed it to be visible, unless that was somewhere else. Someone would have to let me know.
Where the hell is it?
He's somewhere around here. There he is.
So random.
With keyboard. This room, unchanged.
Yeah, this room.
The fuck?
I don't understand this room at all.
Why, Master Quest? Why? I remember the first time seeing this room, I was like, what? Like, people playing this hack who haven't played Master Quest are like, why did you add graves? And I'm like, I didn't. I did change the puzzle to not be very hard in here. One of the switches is underneath the gravestones. I think originally the switch is just in the middle of the torches. So I make you actually move
Fine.
the graves. I don't want to waste that.
But do I even have to kill the enemies in here?
No, you don't. They come back. You move the switch, I think, next to the torches.
Oh.
Gravestones, sorry. I actually fixed their gravestones, too. You notice the dirt patches? I don't know if they meant to do this, but the dirt patches were a pixel underneath the floor. So I don't know if they wanted to hide the dirt patches or something like that. But I moved them a pixel up to where the dirt patches would be shown.
And then here's another dick move. Let me actually not get rid of it.
It doesn't do anything
Yeah,
to
I'll
you.
show that off.
Yeah.
You can see that there's a Goma egg in there. Before I move on, just pointing out some of Master Quest's absolute retardedness. There's a Skulltula up there that you get by coming back once you have the Song of Time, and you make a staircase of time blocks.
It is really retarded.
And,
like, Master Quest loves the Song of Time.
It freaking does.
Loves it. Oh, God, I hate it.
I mean, you can just watch a Master Quest playthrough,
Yeah.
like the one on Brenna's channel, and you'll get an idea of that immediately. Or play it 3D.
Yeah.
But,
Really?
okay, come on now.
What are you trying to do?
I want to burn the web, and...
Oh. I don't think there's anything in that room other than a Skulltula. Are we getting a Skulltula?
We do have to get 30.
Oh, yeah.
Unless we glitch the game out. Actually, I don't remember how you do that anyway.
What?
Wasn't there a way to bypass it? But we, like, I don't remember what it is.
What do you even get for this? I don't even remember my own game.
You have to get 30 Skulltulas so that you can get the Giant's Wallet, because
yeah,
you need
that's
to
right.
buy blue fire.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about
I
that.
can't get that good on a boomerang. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think you can get any of the...
You need blue fire to get the Zora Tunic. I think you don't ever actually need the Zora Tunic. I'd still like to get it, though.
Yeah, I wasn't just getting it.
Anyway. Yeah, this thing just does not damage you, for some reason.
Yeah, you go through, and it'll break out of the egg, but it'll actually jump right over you.
Or
yeah.
that could happen.
Because you're technically, like...
Invincible.
I think so, yeah. So... Fall off.
Christ.
Oh god, don't fall off. Yeah, just ignore it.
Look, a box.
Now, my proudest achievement, well, not my proudest, but block speed. Yes! I was so happy when I discovered that you could change block speed. And I immediately changed it because, holy crap, the block speed pushing in this game sucks.
It kind of does.
So, yeah.
Let me see if I can get a hurt.
I believe I moved torches that were up here because you could get fire from up here or something like that. And I didn't want people to do that, so I moved the torches, unless Master changed it. sometimes it's difficult to remember what I changed and what Master
What
changed.
the interns did.
Yeah, so it's...
That's an ongoing joke, is that we're pretty confident
it's
that,
interns.
That Master Quest was made by a bunch of interns that didn't know what they were doing.
They just said... Nintendo gave them the tools and, like, here, change stuff. And the interns are like, what do we do? I don't care, just makes a new game. So... It's just kind of funny.
I do not remember the order of these.
3, 1, 2?
I'll try it.
Try that. They don't ever tell you the order, and I couldn't figure out how to actually give you the order, so... Guessing game for all.
There actually is a room still in the first, Okay, cool.
Okay.
There is a room at the beginning of the dungeon that I didn't go into, which just has the compass, and I think there's a scrub blocking it that does give you text, but I don't think it actually tells you the order in Master Quest. So.
Yeah, I don't think he actually gives you text even in Master. Because I don't remember. Because I remember wondering what the code was. Because I read
there's only
across...
6 combinations. But yeah,
but it's annoying.
So anyway, story for this place.
Yeah.
You want to tell it?
Basically, I wanted to make Goma harder. The only way...
By adding fire.
By adding fire, and I actually have a picture, which I'll insert here, of fire on either side of Link. Basically, I made a ring of fire.
It's basically like from where you come in, there's a hallway leading forward, and in the center of the arena is a ring, and it's just a huge ring of fire that it made it so bad. And I think it, like, lagged the game pretty badly. Yeah,
I think we took it out because it was towards the end of development at that point. And at that point, I was just, changing things for the sake of changing things, and I didn't want to end up doing that because everybody always adds fire.
Fire!
And it's just kind of a... Oh, you didn't... You'll have to start it manually now.
Or I can just do this.
That's what I mean, start it manually. I basically wanted to make Goma harder. The only way you could do that, though, is go actually into, like, the model itself, because it's, like, attached to the model or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it's a difficult process to actually change the boss stats and all that. And again, there's no tutorial for any of this crap. So it's basically you're learning stuff secondhand from people who already know how to do it, who have learned how to do it on their own because they're a heck of a lot smarter than me.
This is a reference to Japanese text.
Yeah, in the Japanese text you actually see the word 1-up, so I wanted to put that in there. So that's basically the Deku dungeon. Do you want to tack on the cutscene to this video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's kind of long, but
it should be fine. The render time isn't too bad. Also, my second favorite line coming up here.
Well done, Link. Once again, peace returns to Korodai. Isn't it beautiful?
This line right here.
Golly.
I know the look on my face is one of shock. Ever since I was a kid, whenever I looked at the Deku tree, that is an open mouth to me.
Yeah, I still have to kind of force myself to see it, because I see this as the bottom of the lip.
I see that whole thing as just a big old mouth.
Yeah,
so
I can see why you would think of
to
it that
me.
way.
It is hilarious to me.
And I think that's what they were going for, is a big open mouth. So,
yeah.
Like, that's something that someone once pointed out, is all of the child dungeons involve going into a giant mouth. Dodongo's Cavern, not as much, but there is one within the level.
Yeah, you do go into a mouth, technically.
It's kind of weird.
And you throw stuff into the mouth. So this is a point of contention for some people.
Really?
Like, they're not quite sure what to think of it. They think the Deku tree is, like, siding on Ganondorf's side.
Well, I guess let the text go first, but...
Yeah,
this was all based off of Wind Waker Ganon.
This is pure Wind Waker.
He is sympathetic in that
is my
game.
absolute favorite Ganondorf.
Like, I mean, it's a popular opinion, and we can talk over this because this is exactly the same.
Oh god, I wished so bad I could get rid of this cutscene.
Yeah.
I could not.
We hate this frickin' cutscene so bad.
So much.
But anyway, yeah, it's like, it's a popular opinion that in Wind Waker, like, the King of Hyrule is just a complete dick.
He is.
And Ganondorf is really not being that bad.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to get this sunken city back.
Let him have it.
Who
like,
wants it?
Seriously,
Like,
let him have it. Like, he's not gonna do anything. He's underneath the freaking ocean.
and then King's like, no one can have it.
I feel bad for the Ganondorf in that one because he's just a guy. He's basically like, and especially
you stab him through the freaking skull.
Yeah, like it's pretty
Like,
brutal for a kid's game. Honestly, I was quite surprised to see that at the end, but oh well. But basically, my idea in this one was that Ganon was more sympathetic as a character. I didn't want him to just be evil for the sake of being evil. And once we get past the scene, it'll go over it.
Yeah, it's like he's basically trying to take over Hyrule to give his people a better land.
life. Because seriously, who wants to live in the desert, you know? But let it go through, and we'll go over it when it starts to talk about it. Because holy crap, this cutscene, I hate it with a passion. I wanted to get rid of it so bad.
It's like, it's a great story and all, but
I've
we've
seen
played
it
the
1,000
game 100 times,
yeah.
so
And I couldn't even really change the text on it because
it doesn't give you much room to work
it doesn't.
with.
It wonks out if you change the text, so it goes all wonky. And besides, what was I going to put on it? This is a cutscene that you hate.
Yeah.
You know? Everyone enjoyed this cutscene.
Din done made the rocks fall down, yo.
Roy made the people in the hood, and everything was good.
Actually, we should have done that.
God, people would bitch.
We should have just made the freaking Deku sprout, like...
Ebonics.
Yes.
Okay, serious time. Now, I know that was a sort of a no-duh moment. I have to tell you again, because I couldn't change it. But basically, we're created with peace in mind. The evil man is only working for the good of his people. And though his end result is noble, his means of doing it are not. So basically, the Deku Tree is like, this guy isn't going about this the right way. He's kind of, like, the ends aren't really justifying
He's conquering by force, instead of basically trying to make peace with the other, like, races.
So, like, if you kill him without thoughts of his own, like, I don't know, mission, then you're kind of becoming like him. So I'm trying to basically give this guy a personality, and there are some people who think the Deku Tree is like siding with Ganondorf, even though he's not. He's like, look, I don't condone his actions. This guy's a dick. But, you know, try and remember why he's doing this. Because he wants to give people a better life. He doesn't want to live in the desert.
From what I remember, Ganondorf's text in this game is completely unchanged.
I believe so, yeah.
Because I think that was the idea, is that... The idea is that Ganondorf doesn't know that this is a second time that it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's really weird, because, like, time has been split and, like, is reset, and it's messing up so much that he basically thinks he's taking over Hyrule for the first time.
Yeah.
And
only the sages
and, like, major spiritual figures, and Link, of course, know that, like, this is happening again. And it's like the Kokiri know that you, like, went off and did things before, but I don't know if they know the extent of it.
I don't think they do, yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to make Ganondorf just something better than what he is now. Because in Ood, he's literally just
I am
an
bad
evil
guy, rawr.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought of Ganondorf as a particularly good villain in this game. And this freaking line...
Emperor's New Groove. I had to steal it because I love that line.
I had no idea it was from Emperor's New Groove. I just saw this line and I just lost my shit.
Well, he ain't getting any deader, Link.
It's just this like sad scene he does. Well, he ain't getting any better.
I had to steal it because I love that line in that movie. It's when like Cusco's dead and they're at his funeral, and Yzma's like rips off her mourning clothes and says like, "Well, he ain't getting any deader. Let's go."
And it's also because in the original game, the Deku Tree, who is like Navi's spiritual
sovereign
like
being,
like he dies, and then she's just like, "Let's go to the castle, Link," and we're like, "Navi, jeez, like."
But then
I really mourn there at all, okay.
I changed Mido's text to be a little bit less of a douchebag because he's like, look, Link, I know you didn't kill him, Ganondorf killed him, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so...
Anyway, that'll be the end of this video.
Yeah. Next time, Hyrule Field changes, and...
Probably going to be some skipping around, because...
Zelda cutscene?
The Zelda cutscene...
It needs to be seen, because there is storyline in it.
Okay.
So, next time, Hyrule Field. Actually, Saria.